What's up, Aries? Let's see what the next 48 looks like for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Aries placement. I did see the Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Wands. I'm hearing that now is the time to think about what you want so that you can start moving towards it to execute your fate, is what I'm hearing. A lot of you guys, I feel like the wheel is finally turning, right? But it doesn't know which direction to turn. So it feels like there's a little bit of indecisiveness here. Some of you guys want love, but then at the same time, you're like, no, I want money. Okay, well, which do you want more of? Well, I want this. Right? So a decision needs to be made. I feel like the wheel's ready to turn for you, but with that Two of Wands, you guys are still trying to figure out what it is that you want. So again, right now is the time to have faith. Open yourself up to the idea of manifesting the life that you want, the life that is meant for you, and start moving in that direction so that the wheel can start moving with you, okay? You do have the Ten of Cups. You can also be dealing with a Virgo, or you could also be dealing with a Sagittarius, okay? I was picking up on two of those energies. You have the King of Pentacles here, okay? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You do have the World, oh, Sagittarius. Page of Swords. And then you have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There's that Two of Wands and the Four Swords. Some of you guys literally need to stop and just get lost in your thoughts for a minute, okay? I do feel like there is this opportunity that you guys could be missing out on. It feels like you should be making a right turn, but you're making a left, or maybe you're just going straight, right? It feels like there's a delay. Some of you guys are like, I should be a lot further in my life than what I am, but there's some sort of delay here. So with that King of Swords, it's like he's put his sword down. Some of you guys need to just like sit there and really like look at everything, right? Like kind of take an inventory of your life at this point in time. Some of you guys are feeling like you could be further along. Things should be different. You should have this. You should have that. But it's like there's been no clarity because all you do is you move, right? You're a fire sign. You just do. Sometimes you do without thinking, but you're like, whatever. Consequences. I'll deal with those later. So it feels like you are being guided right now to just put down your sword real quick, have a seat, and just start thinking about what it is that you want with that Two of Wands, right? Instead of there being this decisiveness. Some of you guys, you've been overthinking a situation and you're being asked to kind of put a pause on that. I feel like you're not getting anywhere. Okay, I see like a cycle, right? So it's like you can be going in your head circles and circles and circles about how you should have this or about this, that, and the other, but it's like, what is your resolution? What are you getting to, right? So again, if you guys have been in this confusing timeline, I feel like that clears up for you the moment that you actually stop and you look at everything. Okay, what belongs, what doesn't? You know, you have to kind of sift these things out. There's a place for everything is what I'm hearing. So even if you're dealing with people that you shouldn't be dealing with, there's a place for them. Maybe it's at a distance. Maybe it's not so closely tied to you telling them everything you want to do, right? So there is something here about that, being mindful particularly. But I do see you moving forward with that Six of Swords here. You have the Ten of Cups. A lot of you guys are focused on family in the next 48 hours. You could be talking to your family. I'm seeing like a Zoom meeting. Okay, you could live at a distance from your family. Others of you could live at a distance from your partner here. So maybe someone's like in the military, or maybe they travel for work. So you could be talking to like your partner, you know, through the phone, or just like I said, through like a Zoom, like a video chat here. Okay, but I do feel like family is the primary focus for you guys in the next 48. Others of you guys, you feel like everything is going really good in your life. You have the money, you have the stature, you have every status, maybe even the stature, but it's like you have everything that you need. And some of you guys are like, okay, it's time for me to look for a wife or a husband or just a long-term relationship, okay? So I do feel like that is going to be heavily on your mind. Some of you guys are going to open up to the idea of dating, or maybe you've been closed off. You could be getting on dating apps. You could be going out and talking to people, meeting people in the next 48. But whatever this is, it's like you're doing it with intention, okay? So if you're a single Aries, you're like, I want to be with somebody that, you know, I can see myself building with, not just the random flings, okay? King of Pentacles, you're also paying attention to your money in the next 48 hours. Things look good for you guys, okay? Finances, you don't even have to worry about them, okay? I do feel like right now, you guys could be at a point that, I know that it's a nautical star, right? So to me, it just reminds me of like compasses. So I feel like right now you guys could be trying to figure out what direction to take your money into, especially if you have like a decent savings, especially if you're like, okay, do I want to buy a house? Do I want to buy a car? Do I want to move, do I want to travel? Like, what do I want to do? So some of you guys are looking at your finances like, okay, what do I do with you? All right, how do I spend you wisely? What is going to make the most sense for me to do at this time with you? Okay. I do feel like you guys are going to be paying attention to your finances as well in the next 48. You may have a lot of bills you need to pay. You may have some backed debts. Someone here could pay you back, but whatever this is, it just feels like you're trying to be smart and resourceful with your finances at this time, or at least in the next 48. With the world here, because you're paying attention to things, right? Whether that's just your finances, your thoughts, all that stuff. By you taking a pause here, I do feel like you guys are going to be entering in this new cycle where there's going to be more freedom for things. There's going to be more time. There's going to be more money. There's going to be more opportunity. So I do feel like with the world, some of you guys are ready for this transformation. Okay, so I feel like in the next 48, some of you guys are like, you know what, I have the money to travel. I have the money to put a down payment on a house. So this is like you going online now, right? You realizing you have the resources, you're in good standings, there's nothing to worry about, you got job security, and so now you're moving forward. Okay, so I do feel like you guys are going to be focusing on your future here in the next 48, and that's what creates this new chapter for you, because now whatever you were focused on yesterday, you're no longer focused on today or tomorrow. From here on out, it's something different. Okay, this could even be about like a new goal, something you want to reach. Okay, this could be about you wanting to work an extra job to make these finances so that you can make this goal happen. So whatever it is, I'm seeing pen to paper. You guys are just really trying to figure it out, strategize, and then move forward with whatever it is that needs to be done here. Some of you guys are physically moving. I'm seeing like you pack up boxes and you're like, okay, this goes here and this goes there, and do I really need this? So you could be taking inventory physically of the things that you have, or this is like inventory of your life just in general. Okay, and then lastly, you have the Page of Swords. You have good news coming in. All right, and I feel like this is part of the good news. This is like me telling you that you have this opportunity to create this new chapter or walk into it, really. Okay, it's almost like it's like making a wrong turn, but then it's like you make that turn and then you end up in like this really cool town. You're like, oh, that's a cool building. Oh, like these people dress interesting. So it just feels like a burden turned into a blessing. Okay, so that's what this feels like right now. So it's like, it doesn't matter how many wrong turns you think that you've made. You're about to see kind of like the highlight of you still having faith that things are going to get better. Okay, so you do have good news coming in when it comes to like a job. This is like maybe a job you wanted. This is good news pertaining to higher education. If you guys are interested in going back to school, I feel like this is your sign. Like maybe you should sign up and like really look into your program. Whatever this is about you getting more information about what's going to make your life better. Okay, what's going to put you in a better position in the next year or two. I feel like you want to make something happen really fast, like I said, the next year or two. So I feel like you can, but again, this is about really just taking a pause and seeing what makes sense and what doesn't. So that's what I have for you, Aries. Hopefully this helps and resonates. Catch you guys in the next one.